Black Hills Radio in the background, as always. I'm feeling a little out of my mind today. In a good way. The energy, woo, when I first got up wasn't so, but now, that's how it feels. So, Divine Fems, this is for you. I'm not sure in what order it'll get posted because, of course, I cleaned my desk and now I can't find the list that I wrote. So, I swear, there are days that I'm hoping I know my name. It's here somewhere. 57. Know the song? Come on. This reminds me of aerobics in the 90s, early 90s. Vic Tanny. It was one of our instructor's favorite songs. So every workout that I went to I was there. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to find that. But anyways, sidetracked. Divine Fems, this is for you. I have something to read, but then I found something right before. Oh. You are the inspiration. Perfect line. From my Mr. Bob. And if you don't know who Mr. Bob was an older gentleman that I took care of when I lived in Wauwatosa before I moved to South Dakota. And just a beautiful human being. He had a hot temper. But it was pretty controlled around people, but I could always feel it like surfacing, and I'd be like, Mr. Bob, Lori, shut up. But he was a gay man. I don't know that ever had a relationship out in the open. And I will say the beautiful thing about dementia and Alzheimer's and whatnot is the stories that they tell you and the learning. And I've always been an old soul that way because, like I said, when I was 5, my best friend was my grandparents' retired school teacher from MPS, Mrs. Rosenheimer. I loved her. So for me, that's where most of my education and things came from, I guess. I don't know. I just love to listen to the elderly with their stories and their love stories and their stuff. And, I could just sit and make cookies and call people to my front porch. I'd be happy for the rest of my life, honestly. So, he wrote 5 Truths About Fear. And hopefully I can read this handwriting. It's real little. The fear will never go away as long as I continue to grow. That's pretty profound. The fear will never go away as long as I continue to grow. The only way to see his writing is so hard, of the fear of doing something is to go out and do it. The only way to feel better about myself is to go out and do it. Not only am I going to experience fear whenever I'm on unfamiliar territory, but so is everyone else. Smart motherfucker. God. Not only am I going to experience fear whenever I'm on unfamiliar territory, but so is everyone else. Number 5, pushing through fear is less frightening than living with the underlying fear that comes from a feeling of helplessness. These are some of his most profound thoughts, and I have found so much, and I was very honored that he chose me and that he let me keep the writings and the things to go through. He was a writer in disguise and sent many of his articles out to be published, and he got a lot of denials, but it never stopped him, because someday that'll be one of the books that are out, is all his little short stories and then my little short story about him. And it's very cool because he used to have like these little notebooks that I have of his, and he wrote in them. You want to talk about observant? He was even way more than I am, but it would be about things that he would see during the day. And this all has a lot to do, Divine Femme, with you, because you're noticing your things. Like here, wind and pine trees. Flimsy, you didn't spell it right. Excuse me. Flimsy clouds scudding swiftly across the moon. Old woman with packages attacked and sent sprawling by black purse snatcher. He trots off with an expression of cool professionalism. Remarkably calm, she struggles to her feet, gathers her packages, and trudges off. So he must have saw something that day. But it's very truth-telling to me that how we were very similar. And he taught me things about myself that I forgot about myself through life and children and people and whatnot. So I'm going to read what I got, and then I pulled some cards yesterday and then this morning. So, Divine Femme. Your soft grace and inner wisdom is a force they didn't recognize. Your kindness wasn't a weakness, but a tool to show grace and strength all at once. You learned boundaries over time and became selective about who gets access to you. Those who chose to criticize, misunderstand, and shun you will see you rise to your true self. And if you're seeing spiders, those are starting to show up too, okay? People are mad at you for what they did to you. I love that line. People are mad at you for what they did to you. They blame you for being different now and don't realize they were your catalyst to change. The lessons you taught them and yourself. You will never go back. That will be their life lesson, to either face themselves or keep receiving karma for their behavior. Free will is never overlooked by Source God. You are allowed to choose, but are not above the consequences of your choices. Source don't play. I'm going to read that again. Free will is never overlooked by Source God. You are allowed to choose, but are not above the consequences of your choices. You have to understand, universal law trumps, pun intended, any laws that are out there. Understand that from the depths of your soul. Universal law is law in all dimensions, in all timelines, in all of it. So, regardless of the reptilians and the bullshit and all the galactic everything that has gone on, it's already been won up there. But what they're trying to do is like scrap. They're just scrapping for the scraps because they know that their own little empire is now diminishing. And the rise of the divine feminine has changed it all. When they look back at history and the things, who births the children? And that's all I need to say about that. Because we can endure the pain and still continue on. Because we know the pain makes it all worthwhile in the end. God was sneaky and put many divine femme right in front of you as a test of your choices. How you treated them will be your karma. You always have a choice. When you choose to lead from the heart versus revenge, filled anger, life will change. Divine Femmes, you are an extension of Mother Mary and her teachings. She is coming back online through you. You are remembering your mission. Be you, be love, be soul. Those are Archangel messages. They should have known better with a girl like you by the Beatles. Holy shit. Pulled some angel numbers. It's up to you. Exhale, surrender, radical acceptance, serenity out of the exile. 0110. Belief system. Go after what you want. Unique destiny. Inspiration. Talents. Gifts. Appreciation. And fucking gratitude. Because that's what you had. Don't mind the nails. I gotta redo those today. You were frozen for a time. Non-action. Slow down. Not yet is where you were. Not no longer. This week, you're going to find that all of a sudden, just the puzzle pieces come together. 2002, the void. That's where you are right now. Longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward thinking, stress, and depression. Let me tell you something. Me and the technology shenanigans that went on last week that have finally are starting to resolve themselves. They're not quite where I want them to be, but I'm learning to maneuver through them because you know what? F off. I will figure it out one way or another. I don't care how long it takes me. At the end of the day, you hackers, guess what? I don't even need to say it. This was in reverse. The consequence of fear. Contraction, the frequency of fear, self-fulfilling prophecy. It came out this way. So you're no longer there. That's why the void. You flipped it. Colors. It's always the colors. 444. Blessing in disguise. Obstacles, hardships, strength. Building character, experience. Appreciation, witnessing the unmerited gift of grace. What is holy? What is true? I had even said, okay, I want to do my nails before I have to do this. No, Lori, just go do it and then. Will you look at the hat? Will you look at the nails? Spirit funny. This is how you find your confirmations in life, people. You look for the symbols when they show up in the most stupid way. And then wait till you hear the order of events from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs that played. 7. 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spirit guides, progress, justice, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules. You are on the right track. Don't you dare doubt it. I'll come through this phone at you, literally. Don't tempt me with a good time. Inspired vision, clarity, perception, revelation. All eyes are open. What is the number? Don't think I'm kidding. Please don't think I'm kidding. Gratitude is dreaming. Bottom of the deck. There's going to be a burst of magic, endless possibilities. Your divine matrix is coming on as you're shining through and telling them, F off. I got better things to do. Your heart has opened. But for the right people, for the right reasons. You will smell the BS coming a mile away. You've mastered you. They told me not to talk during this. Except that's where you used to be, and this is in the deck of colored ones. That's no longer, that's over there. A lot of yellow. The energy is beyond. June is going to become. Ooh. It started here. Was that January? Go sprinkle some of that fairy dust all over. Because you're being led. You are. My little boo-boo. He smells the tuna salad. What you want, baby? Owie, that hurts Mommy. He doesn't know how his claws work yet. Yep, many. That's on them. Because this is what happened. Because they see it coming for you. It's Mama's, honey. You can have some in a minute. You wait. He's a little beggar. You always led with this. And it's why. Now, you get what you deserve. Dharmic, I love you so much.